All right, Plow Fast, Plowing Tips, episode 4. City streets. So I do a small township. Important thing, I got my beacon on. It takes 4 passes for me to do these city streets, so I start in the middle, especially on some of the wider streets. You get to see here as soon as I get to the mailboxes. Basically, I'm winging everything out from the center in. I do get my beacon going. A couple people asked, in a Chevy Silverado, this is a 7-foot Western straight blade. I wish I had the rubber flap, especially for city streets. It'll stop a lot of snow from coming up and over the windshield, or on the windshield. Keep it down, roll the window up, get a little better. You can see here it's starting to dust up, especially when it's light blowing snow. Hit the windshield. Not as bad as some other stuff. And then, like, I have a center island here coming up, so I'll actually wing my plow to the center. And then on the edges, you want to mailboxes, you gotta get close to the mailboxes. I did have a complaint out here the other day that I was plowing too fast, quote unquote, on the wrong side of the road, which I really was just in the middle, clearing the middle section. I have some cul-de-sacs. This is a main drag road. They consider this a primary road. Gotta watch out for cars, mailboxes. At least this time it's not trash day. There's somebody's trash can just in the snow. Lots of stuff to watch out for. I think I already mentioned, really important to keep the beacon on. I'll go back to the... Crap, I forgot that. I should have switched back to the outside. Winging back on the outside again, just throwing snow. Back in the middle. Watching as they come up and over a hill. Like I said, you can see it just really dusts up. I don't know if the rubber flap would help that much. It would help some. I usually get jamming out to the radio singing along, but I'll spare you that. Lost my voice yelling because yelling in my truck. Have an employee who spottily shows up. Told him the morning, it was the Super Bowl actually, I told him that day, hey, we're gonna work tonight, do some snow removals. I needed him to do some stuff, some prep work ahead of a shovel crew. It wasn't even that much hard work, but he didn't come in. I got yelled at by a customer because the site didn't get done, and it didn't get checked because I didn't have an extra guy. So that's why I have lost a little bit of my voice yelling, because I was pissed. All I need guys to do is really show up, but I mean, good help is hard to find. Same guy complaining a week earlier, oh, I don't get paid enough. $25 an hour isn't enough. I need to make 30. Well, to make $30 an hour, you need to fucking show up. That's what I think. Haven't given him his write-up yet, but I haven't had him working at all this week, and we'll see when it hurts his pocketbook. If he doesn't help me out, I'm not going to help him out, and that's just the way it is. I've tried everything else with the guy to just, you know, being nice, talking to him, whatever. I try to be the nice guy and just get him to realize to make more money, you need to work harder. I got no problem paying him more money if he works harder. He just thinks, oh, it gives me the I'll work harder when I get more money. No, if you got more money, you'd just be as lazy. You just got raised from $20 an hour to $25 an hour, and still isn't working hard for me. So how can you say that if you got more money, you'd work harder? You didn't do it last time, so you just don't deserve it, especially when you don't come in. And that's kind of meandering why my voice is gone, but anyways, we're coming back up on the same strip. It's not a very large township city kind of deal, and that's why they contract individual contractor. Now, see, some of these driveways have been pushing in my piles. I've contacted the city to say, hey, we don't want, I can't have them pushing snow across stuff, and that's kind of an issue. That's an ongoing issue, just to stack snow. I got some cul-de-sacs and stuff in this city, which are tough to do. I got, it's about 4:30 here. I can do this whole thing in 2 hours. I have about an hour and a half to complete the whole thing, so I may not do the cul-de-sacs the first time through, and I'll have somebody come touch them up. I mean, people get mad you throw snow up to their driveways and everything, but that's honestly just the way it is. Like cars that don't move. I have some small sections of shoveling. I wanted to get in a cage plow on a Bobcat and do a video, but I had to run and measure a site because my other management wouldn't help me out. That's another issue I'm having. They're not working as a management team, and I'm out here alone, and I feel like I'm fighting against my other management to get stuff done and get guys. I have 2 guys that are company employees, and then other what we consider to be casual labor or contracted. Basically, they're temp employees, which I got a couple rock solid guys that always show up. All right, second pass through in this direction. I'm gonna get into the snowbank. You can kind of feel the curb. Some plows have curb pushers. In my plow stick, I get pretty close to these mailboxes, even though I'm going fast. But I'm in a hurry to get everything done, get it built. One of the other app managers asked, why are you plowing that? Because I'm technically not supposed to plow anything as a manager, quote unquote, not supposed to plow, but we had a 12-inch snowstorm in January, and that kind of killed the budget for everything. So I'm trying to make it back by doing more billable services, and I don't think the other management understands that the more work we do, the more billable work we do. Since we're already salaried, we actually make the company more money, and that's why I'm doing it. But it gives me a chance to make this video, give some tips. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just very typical. It sucks because all the mailboxes and stuff are on the right hand side, which makes it more difficult for me to really know how close it is. If it was on the driver's side, you'd get a better idea on how close everything is. You can kind of see. I've been getting close. Some people snow blow their own mailboxes, which is nice. You definitely don't want to hit and take out a mailbox. That's actually where the curb is. Had a couple of requests to widen the road. The guy that usually does it doesn't do it very wide, so I usually come back and widen it. So I do have quite a bit of practice of getting close to these mailboxes. mechanic to get me a rubber flap. You know, they probably don't want to do it, but it's not like it's a pain to install. I know we have a budget for trucks and stuff, and they always tell me, yeah, but you're not supposed to be plowing that much, but literally am with this body, guys. I mean, it's bad enough having temp guys that don't show up to have your own employees that don't show up. It's pretty piss poor performance from them. Just kind of circle around. I'll hit a pile here. This is usually plowed with a winged plow. And it may need some cleanup in intersections when I'm done, because I don't have a huge amount of time. Like this one, but I'll just... Actually cleans up good. We do pre-treat this with brine, with salt brine, usually just sodium chloride. We did sodium chloride with calcium chloride, 15% solution, because it was so cold out. My truck temperature says it's 5, but it's more like -5 right now. Truck thermometer's totally broken. Chevy. Again, Chevy Silverado, Western 7-foot blade. This is actually a secondary road. That's just a dead-end push. See out of my back window is so fluff snowed up. She had a back window wiper in a truck like this. Should offer that option. Some of the secondary and touch-up stuff is actually more. Oh, come on! There's just lots of stuff to run into in a small city like this. Plowing streets. Forgot this road because it actually doesn't even have a street sign. The first like 5 times plowing. Didn't even know it was there. Hopefully we're still on the plow that needs to be there. As I can get to some of these mailboxes without just jacking them in. I think I gotta get the heat going again on my window. Usually I'll have it rolled down and have the heat just blasting on the windshield instead of when it melts faster. These people complain because we hit their boulders, so I put stakes. I mean, the guys still keep plowing into that corner. We'll have to do some repairs. And here's me going about 20. Throws snow pretty good at that speed though. dead end secondary road. I actually want to throw it in the other direction. This is end driveway, just an end pile. Careful backing out, looking, make sure there is no cars coming at the, I mean, it's nighttime, but I still, a pile right there. Lots of complaints here anytime something's missed. You know, a lot of times you only have one customer on a site like this. You got, you know, hundreds of people that live in the city. If something gets missed, there will be somebody that is unhappy. This little truck does pretty good though for what I need to do. At least it has four-wheel drive. I don't know why we have trucks in the fleet that aren't four-wheel drive. That's always a mistake. If you live in a wintry area, even if you plan on not using them to plow, somebody's going to drive that around in the winter during a snow event at some point, and it is going to need four-wheel drive. It costs extra money, but it's going to reduce, you know, your costs down the road, insurance and accidents and such. And you're just going to need it. It's going to make you money anyways in the winter. And then every truck you have in your fleet should be four-wheel drive, without question. Keep backing up. Now here also, touch up. Touch up this section. Even though people don't drive in this road, it looks a lot cleaner when you touch these areas up. I would also probably get a complaint if it wasn't touched up. This brings me to, if you need to push spots in and you don't have a scoop, you actually do side, middle, put your blade straight, push straight in. And then side, middle again, and that's the fastest way to bring in snow. You'd be amazed how it's almost just as fast as a scoop on a plow with wings or whatever. Touch up this side. Probably get you a leaf blower tip video, since we're at about 3/4 of an inch here. Like I said, we did get a 12-inch snowfall in January. We're into February. 12-inch blizzard really killed the budget. So yeah, we're very heavily contract weighted. I'm in charge of all the commercial stuff, managing it. So essentially I should be doing fine. Again, I'm gonna back up. And like this time, this is a smaller triangle, so I'll actually nice spot for a Range Rover. Hopefully we weren't out of frame for too long. Back in action. It is kind of important to give yourself overlap. You can see I got a trail in the middle, which I'm just going to leave because it wasn't that bad. We are going to salt this at some point. I don't know if we're going to brine it. I've been experimenting with post-treat brining, and it's been pretty successful. We'll wing it over the other way. That was a good tricky move. Now we'll hit these mailboxes. That was actually a little library. I marked most of the city myself, so I know where a lot of this stuff is, but alright, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to sub and hit like on the video. I got everything all wrapped up here. Almost a 30-minute video, so let me know if you got any questions, anything you want to see. Thanks for watching.